Or they won it for the Lakers. He was with our Pat McAfee, and he gets asked it a lot, but how much longer does he think he can play?
It's popping up more and more every year because obviously I know I'm on the other side of the hill than the previous side. For me, it's my mind. I am all about the process. Like, I am all about the process, and if it gets to the point where I don't feel like showing up to the arena 5 hours in advance, or I don't feel like training, or I don't feel like studying the scout sheet of guys. Like, if it gets to that point, like, I know, like, you know what, Brian, it's a wrap.
All right, so Timmy Mack, he was asked the question, so he had to answer it. But what was your reaction to the comments about the retirement question?
Yeah, I don't think LeBron minds answering that question. I mean, he's been answering that question and then, frankly, inviting that question for a couple of years now. I anticipate there will be drama about is LeBron coming back every single summer moving forward, but it's going to be for a few summers at least, because I cannot imagine, I cannot see this guy seriously considering retiring when he's still playing at an all-NBA level at a team that has a legitimate chance to do damage, and in, I think, the near future, maybe not right now, but the near future, be a real championship contender.
My ESPN bet hat on and said over under 4.5 more years for LeBron. What would you take?
I'm going to take the over.
That's 5.
Because his son, Bryce, is going to Arizona. And I know that he poo-pooed this even in that interview, that he wasn't necessarily waiting for Bryce.
Yeah.
But if he's got a shot between the opportunity to win, as Tim just pointed out, and continue to make more history and do it with his family, like, he's still so impactful and successful right now at this point. And so I actually really felt him on, like, when my mind is checked out, then I'll roll out. But if we're just talking about in terms of his physical ability right now, I don't see why he can go more 5 more.
And Luka could be another fountain of youth. They are built for the run. Coming up with Luka Doncic in his prime. We'll talk to Tim McMahon coming up in just a bit. 2007, by the way, McMahon had a full head of hair.
Wow, we need the photo.
That's how long ago that was. Guys, thank you. We'll get back to you in just
voluntary.
a bit. Look, you know what? And you make it look good. Let's go to the NFL now, where some teams are hoping.
Quite like Michael Jordan and LeBron James. As a result, the longest standing and most heated debate in basketball history, if not all of sports, is who is the greatest basketball player of all time, Jordan or LeBron? Now, whether you take one side or the other, or you'd like to argue a third option, you are fully aware of just how never-ending and exhausting the Jordan-LeBron debate is. But have you ever actually wondered about the relationship? Like, are they actually cool?
You and Michael at a good spot.
Who, me and Michael?
Jordan?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. We don't talk.
Why not, you think?
Because I'm still playing. I think I'm still playing. I'm still focused on my craft right now.
When you're done, you think you two will be the only two that can have a conversation?
I would hope so. You know, the funny thing is, like me and Kobe, besides our, the late, great Kobe, obviously, me and Kobe never had a real relationship either until we was on the Olympic team. We had a great relationship there. Olympic team 8, Olympic team 12. But it was always competitive between us. Until I became a Laker and then he retired, that's when our relationship, like, became really, really good. Yeah. He, like, welcomed me, called me, like, bro, anything you need in L.A., like, I got you. You're a Laker now, you family, and we would have multiple conversations. He was, obviously, I saw him coming to a lot of games and things of that nature. And when I passed him in the scoring record in Philly, I think he had a tweet out there like, keep on going, like, keep transcending the game, keep going, like, and that meant so much to me. So, like, I think it's because I'm still playing, and MJ's, we all know MJ. Even if you don't know him personally, he's one of the most ruthless competitors there is. And till I'm done, and he doesn't have to look at me run up and down wearing the number 23, and every time my name is mentioned with his. Don't talk.
In 1,282 straight games, and came into the fourth with 0 made field goals. Last time that happened for him 2 decades ago, and LeBron, that 10-point streak going back to 2007. Okay, now he's 5 points away from 10. Yes, from 10 in the fourth. Mid-range jumper. It's like somebody said to him, LeBron, get 10. And so he's like, okay, that's what I do. Now he's 3 points away, and right there he got it. Keeping the streak alive. 13 points, 13 boards. Kind of a rough shooting night for him. Lakers up 13. But Pacers came back. Luka's got to get him this 3 to tie. And now the Lakers tied up at 110. Next Lakers possession, Luka having his way with the D, driving in, getting it to go off glass. Game high 34 for him. Under a minute left in the fourth. Tyrese Halliburton. Pacers down 2. Gets the bucket and gets fouled. Would hit the free throw. So Pacers up 1. 10 seconds left in regulation. Lakers down 1. LeBron getting it to Luka. Luka, win it. No, the miss. Bron, tip in, buzzer beater, ball game. Halliburton's like, what just happened? Well, I'll show you. Here's the replay. Pacers defenders all over Doncic, leaving LeBron all alone to get the game winner. Lakers win it by 1. His first game-winning buzzer beater as a Laker. How'd it feel?
To be honest, I didn't know how it felt because I was just trying to see if I was trying to look at the jumbotron to see if I got it off. But this team has been playing extremely well in the Pacers, man, and we haven't been the last few games. So it was great to come into a hostile environment and get a win in that fashion.
That's a fashionable win indeed. LeBron James with his 8th career game-winning buzzer beater, tying Kobe Bryant and Joe Johnson for the 2nd most in NBA history, including the playoffs. Who's got the most? Well, you know, MJ with 9. But LeBron's working on that. Well, entering Wednesday's game, he was 0 for 18 on potential go-ahead shots in the final 10 seconds of the fourth quarter or overtime with the Lakers. And, man, he got clutch last night. Lakers reporter Dave McMenamin, Anscape's David Dennis Jr. joining us. Dave, you were in the building last night. There was a point where it looked like it would be one of the worst losses of the season for the Lakers. Then LeBron saves the day. What was the reaction afterwards?
Yeah, Ryan, so I'm in the locker room afterwards, and I'm chit-chatting with LeBron, and we mentioned someone signing a 5-year contract. And Austin Reeves, who is at an adjacent locker, kind of his ears perk up and goes, "What's that, champ? You say you're going to play 5 more years? That's great. It's great news. I want to keep playing with you." He's doing things like this on a nightly basis at age 40, year 22, that make you believe things like that are possible. Last night, he looked as mortal as we've seen him through 3 quarters. It's the only time in 1,553 career games that he's played in the NBA where he did not score a field goal through the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, he drops 10 points. He leads the team in rebounding. Obviously, has the presence of mind to not only set up Luka Doncic with a pass leading to the final shot, but position himself to get the tip in. And now this team gets a much needed release of tension and pressure that had been building up. I talked to Gabe Vincent, the Lakers role player, afterwards, and he said, "Yeah, that was ugly, but when you need the win like you need your next breath, it doesn't matter how ugly it is."
Yeah, indeed. They got off the skid. And J.J. Redick even talked about LeBron kept it up on defense despite the tough offensive night, and he got rewarded by the basketball gods. All right, so David, what was your biggest takeaway from last night's win?
Well, first on the Indiana side, if you're Indianapolis, you may want to have crisis managers when LeBron comes to town. The dude has hit game winners in 3 different jerseys against that team. That just seems like cruel work. But if you're the Lakers, long term, this is sort of the tightrope that they are walking. On the offensive side, down the stretch, LeBron and Luka just figured this thing out. LeBron did not have that field goal in the first 3 quarters, as Dave mentioned. 10 points in that fourth quarter, was able to come through in the clutch. Luka was front rimming a lot of shots offensively, but he came through with a 3-pointer and a layup down the stretch. You got to believe that offensively they can figure that